Alright, pop out chat right there. And we move the side monitor a little bit. Let's post this. Testing Iceborne numbers. Boom. All right. All right, let's name this spreadsheet Switch Axe. And moves, damage, again, EFR value in here. Actually, let's see. Cut, paste, copy, paste. EFR. EFR on this set is white sharpness, no damage mod, so 840. Let's see. 840. What's up, Cube? Yeah, who's ready for some math? Because that's all this is gonna be. I wish I could show you the spreadsheet as well, but it wouldn't really work very well with like the single screen setup. So meh. But yeah, so let's see. 840 divided by 3.5 is bloat value, is raw times 1.32 for white sharpness. Any other modifiers? There's no crit involved at all, so no, that's it. So that's 316.8 EFR. Cool. And then EFR sword, it's gonna be that times, well, let me just make sure I'm not being retarded, but yeah. Let's see. That times 1.17, I believe, is the multiplier. Let me just make sure. 984 divided by, what is this again? 84. Just making sure they didn't change the value as well. Yeah, still 1.17. Okay. Bruh. Oh, actually, yeah. That's a totally good idea. I can post a view link if you want to take a look. Here you go. There's the view link. Let me put it in the stream description. View link for the sheets I am working on. Boom. Alright. Cool. Gunlance? No. I'm letting the actual Gunlance mains handle that. I'm mostly going to be looking at Switch Axe. Probably at the moment I'm going to focus on Switch Axe, Great Sword. Certainly nothing to look on Dual Blades. Maybe Charge Blade, but like the thing is maybe Charge Blade. And I'll look at some other stuff too, but just general crossing stuff. Crossing ways. You want to see evasion options? Look at this shit. Like, mind you, they don't have iframe options, yes, but just look at this shit real quick. I wanted to show you guys this stuff anyway, because holy crap, look at this. Alright. Actually, let me angle myself so I'm by the gates. Okay, so look at this. Whoops, wrong button. So you can do that now on Switch X. I did one extra wild swing on accident. The cleanest way to do it would be this. Ah, damn it. I still did a double swing instead. But yeah, you have a lot more backstep options now. They don't have iframe options, and your sword mode is still sword mode. But yeah, you can do... So obviously you can do a the good old-fashioned fade morph, but now you can cancel that into a wild morph, you can cancel that into a slinger burst, you can cancel that into the new fade slash, and then you get this far away from the monster in like 4.5 seconds. So like here's the thing, Switch X only has like 4 changes, but they're huge changes. Sword mode's the same as it's always been. Like sword mode, you do this. You do this until the monster dies. But sword mode has one new thing that might be... This is mostly only gonna ever be good as an opener, or this is... From what I've messed around with so far, this seems like the best way to soften a monster, which is you're in sword mode. Yeah, exactly, cube. So like what you do is you can either just go straight into elemental discharge, or you can it's a bit you can also cancel this into it. Elemental discharge, clutch claw grab, finish off with a attack, finish off with this attack, soften the hide, and now you just fight the monster like normal with a softened hide, right? And the nice thing is, if you pay attention, like so like in the tweets they put out teasing this, they were like, oh, you can ED into a clutch claw, into a ZSD. Isn't that neato? But like ZSD sucks, so you don't really want to use it. But you don't have to go into ZSD. You can go into a clutch claw finisher, which softens a monster, which is amazing. And also just look at the motion value on this, like. That's 163 damage. That's like just short of your fade of like your wild morph big hits. Like that's the third highest motion value on your kit. So that's actually like pretty good. It's still quite a bit of animation time, but that's probably going to be your most DPS efficient way to soften a monster up. Otherwise, let me just move this thing back over here. Which is again? Oh, yeah, flint shot. Okay, it's kind of hard to move this thing back in. That's close enough. So new switch axe things. So most of the switch axe things are based around your axe mode. Your sword mode, the thing I just showed you is the only different thing about sword mode specifically. SA has never been bottom 4 melee. It's like upper middle tier. The problem is Switch Axe also has terrible matchups. So against the matchups, it's not terrible. It's like middle upper tier because it's one of the highest DPS melee weapons. But it just, you know, you have to deal with the fact that you have to dodge stuff like this. Like this is just meh. Like this means you have to have like godlike reflexes for a lot of monsters, and some monsters you literally can't hop through their attacks. You just don't have enough iframes. But sword mode hasn't changed much. The only thing that's changed is this thing, where you can do this into a clutch claw cancel, and then you can use that to soften a monster or knock him over with slinger hammer or whatever. But the big changes are to axe. Oh, thanks, Jester Poppy. Really appreciate that. But so like the big changes with Switch Axe, which makes it feel so much better. I love the new Switch Axe. Is first off, you remember how Switch Axe has its. You might even not even remember this because I didn't remember it had this move, but Switch Axe had Fade Slash in its axe move, which like brought you back like a tiny step and slashed, right? And it was useless, so no one used it. This is what the new Fade Slash looks like. Look how far that goes! Look at that! Softening the hide is a new mechanic.
Very nice.
There we go.
You love your videos, can't wait to play Iceborne.
Holy fuck, that's loud. Sorry. I need to fix my alert thing. It's really late and it's loud. But thank you again, Jester Poppy. So, softening the hide is a new mechanic in Iceborne. You can't soften this thing for some dumb reason, but basically, when you do a clutch claw attack on something, it'll soften the hide, turning it into a weak point, and basically you deal more damage to that body part. So you deal more damage to that body part, which is huge. Like, it makes dual blades. The only other change dual blades got is like the weird clutch claw combo, which you don't really use because you have to do it off of your double circle attack, which sucks. So you don't really use it, in my opinion. But it also got this slinger shot evade, which is pretty nice. It goes like 3 times the distance of a demon dash, but takes longer, but uses half the stamina and uses 1 slinger ammo, so it's not bad. But being able to soften a monster's legs, because as dual blades you spend the whole fucking hunt biting someone's legs until they fall over, is amazing. It makes dual blades feel so much better. But so here's the thing, you have your Fade Slash, right? So this is, that's sexy. Like, also keep in mind that the entire animation has active hitbox on it, so like, let me try to angle myself so I can show that, but like, it's a little hard on this guy, but see, that entire thing has an active attack hitbox, which is great because you can change up the timing to like properly dodge and hit a monster while you're doing it. But also, the only issue with it is that you only have one good like step and option off of it, because like, your options, like, you can slinger burst if you want to meme, I guess, but, you can do an overhead slash, which is high damage, but, like, you can't, doesn't step in, so you can't really hit the monster unless they follow you. You can also go straight into Wild Swing, which is your highest DPS option, or the only step-in option you have is to do a forward sword morph. But either way, very good for evasive maneuvers. It's very good for in-outs punishing stuff. And then the other one is the big changes happen to Wild Swing. So like Wild Swing, after your third swing, you're dealing more damage because your axe is empowered. And then of course you have the new Heavy Slam move, which is your new highest motion value attack. I honestly don't know if you'll be using this that much though, because the problem is you can't. If you do triangle before your third swing, then you do the old-fashioned overhead, which is a very good axe combo. Actually, it's decent motion value per second, but you have to go 1, 2, 3, and then you can Heavy Slam, and that's just so much animation commitment. I feel like you'd normally just rather Wild Morph, because it's a bit faster and does more damage, I'm pretty sure. I have to... that's why I'm testing, is to crunch the numbers, but... and it's just so much animation commitment to land, but it is juicy when it does. It also empowers your axe, as you can see, like, in the top left part of the axe part of my switch axe is glowing now. This doesn't increase your damage, though. I believe all it does is increase the your stagger damage, which is nice, but... Yeah, like, let's see... Controls Axe. After the Heavy Slam, Axe mode will power up, making it easier to flinch monsters. So it increases stagger damage, which isn't bad. It's just, like, I imagine, like, at the beginning of a hunt, you'll probably just be like, okay, monster's over there, I'm about to fight it, so let's do this real quick, because this doesn't have to hit anything to empower. Okay, my axe is empowered, go beat on monster, roll the roar, do things. Like, that's how I imagine it'll probably go now. But, so, like, I just don't see myself using that move much, just because, like... Just because now you can loop Wild Morph endlessly if you don't want to use sword combos for DPS, like you need Gauge or something. And, like, the animation commitment for Heavy Slam is just so heavy. You can wake up with it. Yeah. You can wake up with it. The spacing is a little weird because of the range of your wild swings, but you can because, like, that first hit goes almost as far, so, like, the spacing is really tight for it, but I'm pretty sure you can do it. It's just, like, let me see if I can find the spacing, because it's, like, really tight spacing to do it if you can do it. Oops, wrong move. Yeah, like, ooh, so just barely, but, like, you can see how short the damage difference is. Like, I think Savage Axe and Charge Blade is going to be good with Elemental. We have to see the numbers because we don't have an Elemental Charge Blade to test in here. But I think it's going to be good for Elemental. Otherwise, Impact, probably still just SAD. But yeah, so the big changes are to your Wild Swing, though, because Wild Swing, like, more damage. And then, of course, you have your Wild Morph, which has always been your highest DPS combo. It's just that, you know, morphing back like this cuts into the DPS time and makes sword combos better, but it's very good damage. It's your best axe combo damage. But here's the thing you can do now. So, if you guys play Switch Axe, you're familiar with Fade Morph, which is this ability, right? So, the recovery animation on that is really long, which always made Fade Morph kind of questionable to use, because in like current Monster Hunter world, the only way you can animation cancel the recovery animation on Fade Morph is to do this. You do this, you then do a step and sword morph. So that's the only way you could cancel it. Now though, you can do this. Now you can do this. Straight into Wild Swings. Into a Wild Morph, into a Fade Morph, into a Wild Morph. This is most likely gonna be your best DPS combo for Axe, like, no doubt. It's pretty